going on? All right. Hanging.
That's not fair. Okay. All right, Dennis, you ready? I'd like to welcome everybody to our June 15th council meeting. I'm very excited to see so many fine, distinguished people here in the crowd. If you could please rise for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you could remain standing while our Deputy Mayor Karen Bew leads us in prayer.
For all of our police officers who are with us tonight, I would like to offer the police officers' prayer. Lord, I ask for courage to face and conquer my own fears. I ask for strength of body to protect others, and strength of spirit to lead others. I ask for dedication to my job to do it well, dedication to my community to keep it safe. Give me, Lord, concern for others who trust me and compassion for those who need me. And please, Lord, through it all, be by my side. Bless you all. Amen. Thank you.
Please be seated. Lane, can you read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement?
This is to advise the meeting notices covering this meeting have been sent and posted as required under the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thank you. Jim, any need for an executive session?
No, Mayor, there's no need tonight. Thank you.
I'm going to come down. I'm very excited. We have swearing in of our police officers. Well, welcome everybody, especially friends and family. This is a great meeting. You guys are now taking on this profession as well. So thanks for that. Also mentioned that see Christmas every once in a while, Thanksgiving. Three new officers, your family, and your brothers and sisters back here who welcome you. And it's a great day. We'll do one at a time. It'll be great. As many pictures as you want, put them sealed, and then count to start with Adam. So Adam is already my favorite officer. Because a lot of people don't know this, but I was born and raised in Long Island, New York, as was Adam. So once I found that out, he became my favorite. His first day, we're probably going to ride around listening to some Billy Joel. You know who that is? Another famous Long Island resident. Some of these new people don't know his class, so it's a good start. But yeah, Adam, he went to school in that area, high school, where he excelled in track, shot put, discus. Did that. I got a college scholarship as well, Plattsburgh. We're starting an initiative this summer where we create, an unsafe environment in the community because you're texting on your phone. Adam has my permission to just discus his phone. So all summer you're just gonna see Adam throwing phones. But he made his way to Brigantine. We hired him as a class 1, did a great job for us. We immediately after that summer promoted him to class 2, put him in the police academy. And while in the academy we had some vacancies, so we knew it was appropriate for him to be part of the hiring process, which he obviously did very well. Physical fitness test, a couple interviews, and he rose to the top. So we congratulate him and welcome aboard. that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties required for the position of Brigantine Police Officer according to the best of my abilities. So help me God.
Make it official, Peach.
So a lot of people know Paige. Paige is someone who's making some of the older guys feel older because we knew Paige when she was this big and doing well in grade school and a track star, which everyone knows. But she went through middle school here and got a scholarship to Holy Spirit. Did very well, actually basketball, so she's very well rounded. Obviously excelled in long distance running, where she made it to the Special Olympic. The junior, she excelled in the Junior Olympics, and she's actually part of security forces, so that's kind of where I slipped up. But yeah, Junior Olympics, and she medaled, which we know is very hard to do. And then, like I said, went on the Holy Spirit, out of Holy Spirit, went into boot camp. She's still proudly serving our military in the Air Force, security forces. And I didn't want to slip up and say special forces. That's obviously a lot different. Yeah, and we brought her on as a class 1. And again, as with Adam, they did a great job for us. Same kind of situation where while she was in the academy as a class 2, we let her take the hiring process where she excelled. The PT test, the interviews. There wasn't too many people. I think there's only one person who beat you on the track, right? In the academy, we're really proud of both of them. I had instructors, and we had instructors out there at the academy, and they would come up to us, and we were proud. They would say, "You have some really good officers in this academy right now." We're again really proud of Paige because she got the Physical Intensity Award at the academy. There's a Physical Fitness Award. To me, the Physical Intensity Award is different. It's actually harder to get. It just means day in and day out. There's about 55 or 60 recruits in the class. So day in and day out, she stood out among all, with just her intensity. Like, oh, you think you can do 60 push-ups? Well, I'll do 61. And she proved herself, and they gave her that award. So we're proud of her for that. And yeah, welcome aboard.
Wrong hand. Wrong hand.
That I will support the Constitution of the state of New Jersey. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state, Rosenberg. Dalton Brigantine was raised here in Brigantine as well. Came up through some of the school system, Atlantic City High, you know the song. High above Atlantic waters, waves blue and white. I can remember, you can. So anyway, he went to Atlantic City High School. He did some years on the beach patrol here in Brigantine. We had him here as a class 1, and he made an important decision to become a class 2. His first opportunity was Egg Harbor City. So it's always a smart move if you can elevate to a class 2 to do that. So Egg Harbor City brought him on as a class 2. He did that for about a year. If you know Egg Harbor City, it's pretty busy. You get a lot of experience quickly. And then they brought him on as a full-timer, where he's been a full-time ever since. And he did a great job. He kept coming back and he came back and interviewed and did a great job in the interview process as well. So, Dalton, welcome aboard.
That I will support the Constitution of the state of New Jersey, that I will bear true faith and allegiance and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties required for the position of Brigantine police officer, according to the best of my ability. So, I'd just like to take an opportunity to thank all of our police officers who are here today. We really appreciate everything you do for our city. You guys put your lives on the line every day to keep the rest of us safe, and it is very much noted. For our new officers coming in, I just want to tell you that you guys have already made a huge impression on our community. I have heard nothing but good things about all of you. And that's something that's really important. Having that connection to the community and having the trust and having their faith is huge. And I know you guys are going to do great things. You have a great legacy of officers behind you who will guide you and make sure that you're always safe and that you'll keep these great traditions alive. So thank you for the service that you guys will do for the city and for officers here. Thank you for everything you do for our city every single day. We love you guys. All right, this time we'll take a 5-minute recess. We have a motion second.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion passed. We'll take a 5-minute recess.
drama.
We're fine. It doesn't matter. As we looked it up earlier, whatever. Yeah. That's why I didn't correct it. So we're going to resume our meeting. Is there a motion second to resume?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All
I
right, so
guess.
we're going to resume the meeting. All right, so next up, we have the approval of the June 1st, 2022 council meeting and executive session minutes. We have a motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Approval of requisition list, operating expenses, and payroll. We have a motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
At this time, we'll open it up for public comments, and this is on agenda items only. Anybody wishing to be heard, come up, state your name and address for the record. All right, seeing none, we're going to close the public comments. All right, next up, we have ordinance number 9 of 2022. This is a public hearing and adoption, amending the code, designating the skateboard park as an unsupervised facility and establishing rules for the park. We have a motion second.
So moved. Second.
All right, at this time, we'll open it up for a public hearing. Anybody wishing to be heard on this ordinance, please come up, state your name and address for the record. Bless you.
Bless you.
All right, seeing no public participation, we're going to close the public hearing. Any council comments?
It's just nice to see this moving along, Mayor, the adoption and see it come to fruition. I know a lot of work's been put into it and a lot of planning, so very nice to see.
Absolutely. And to kind of give people an update of where we are, the construction is completed on the skateboard park. I believe we had the inspection, right? We're just waiting on the paperwork.
Yes, waiting on the paperwork, and we do have a couple items on the punch.
All right, so a couple more items on the punch list. And then for this ordinance to take effect, it's probably about 20 to 25 days, depending on when it posts. So we're real close, probably beginning of July somewhere, we should be able to open the park as long as everything goes as scheduled. Any further comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
We have a motion and second to combine ordinances, are they resolutions? Sorry, resolutions 2022-127 through 2022-136, and this is renewal of various liquor licenses.
I'll make that motion. Second.
All in favor? Wow. All right, hold on, we have a question.
Mayor, just so you're aware, we can consolidate them like that. And all you have to do is say, we're going to consolidate the following and read off the names of the establishments.
All right, so you need me to read off all the
Then you
names?
vote on the whole package.
Okay. All right, so we're consolidating and just read off the names?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Do we have to do a motion second on that again?
No.
All right, so we had a motion second to consolidate. We're consolidating 127 through 137. And this is for Laguna Grill, Andre's Italian Restaurant, the Pub at St. George's, The Cove, Cellar 32, Ocean Beverage, Elks, American Legion, VFW, and the Yacht Club. All right, any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
All right, we have resolution 2022-137, and this is a resolution supporting appropriations and levy cap exemptions for a 3-year period for increases in liability, workers' compensation, cyber liability, and property insurance. We have a motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2022-138, and this is authorizing award of contract for replacement of pump control panel, and this is for the King Cove Pump Station. Contract is for AC Schultes in the amount of $19,195. We have a motion second.
So moved. Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yep.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2022-139, and this is pay-to-play determination of value for Jersey Architectural Door and Supply, Inc. We have a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2022-140, and this is authorizing award of bid for alarm monitoring testing and services. And this is for Atlantic Coastal Alarm, and this is in a should not exceed amount of $30,000. We have a motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2022-141, and this is ratification of the BCBP-LA contract. We have a motion second.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Abstain.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2022-142, and this is insertion of special item of revenue for fiscal year 2022 for a Clean Communities grant in the amount of $44,537.26. Have a motion second.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2022-143, and this is award of professional service contract for project management consultant, and this is for Pathfinder Resources LLC, and this is in a should not exceed amount of $45,000. We have a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
All right, next, we have our consent agenda. This might be the longest consent agenda I've ever seen. All right, so there's a lot of good things going on in Brigantine. We have our food truck festival request, our surf jam request, Green Whales Mile Run request, Green Whales Open Water request, Chamber of Commerce Movie on the Beach request, Brian's Walk request, Bramble Drive Block Party request, Sheridan Square Block Party request, 100 block of 20th Street South Block Party request, VFW raffle license number 967, VFW raffle license number 968, Community Presbyterian Church raffle license number 969, Elks raffle license number 970, Elk Seafood Fest lifting of the noise ordinance. We have a motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre.
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Maristera.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I have our council manager and committee discussions. Jim, Roxanne, anything for us?
Mayor, I do have an announcement tonight. Over the last month and a half or so, with cooperation from the court and our friends at Zoom, I'm pleased to announce that we now have the capability of live streaming and recording the council meetings. Starting tonight, it is in place. Tomorrow morning, Ryan and I will update the city's website and put out stuff on the social media to let everybody know where they can go and watch it. It's a simple click of the button, and you'll have access to all of our meetings that come up and all of our saved recordings.
That's perfect. And thank you very much for working on that. I know you've been working through that the last couple of meetings. We've been running some test runs, so it's good to hear that it's
We are
ready
good to go.
and going.
John Doring's daughter up in New York City happened to catch us live, and everything sounded and looked good, so.
That's perfect. Thank you guys very much.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. All right. Anything from Public Works or Fire? All right, perfect. And I will turn it over to our Deputy Mayor, Karen Beal.
All right, just a couple items. Tomorrow, excuse me. Tomorrow night is a free opioid awareness and Narcan training at the community center from 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Training will include an overview of addiction signs and symptoms, how to administer Narcan and rescue breathing, overdose prevention, and legal rights. All attendees will receive Narcan, excuse me, I'm sorry, to administer if needed. I'm going to pass down.
Okay. Turn it over to Paul.
Sorry.
Paul Lettieri.
Just an update on the beach entrances on the north end. We're still at the mercy of the DEP and the Army Corps engineers, but you should be starting to see some improvements over the next few weeks. The other thing was, got an incident with a dog the other day, and I can't stress it anymore. Make sure your dog is on a leash, make it sure it's on a 6-foot leash and not a 25-foot leash, and that you can control your dog when you're walking them, and please stay off the promenade. That's all I have.
All right, perfect. Turn it over to Dennis Haney.
Thank you, Mayor. Nice to see that the skate park's moving along. I just want to suggest to everybody, if they get a chance, to stop by the eastern end of the Lighthouse District, where they've been doing a lot of work, and they've just about completed it. I guess I know they were still working on some of the landscaping along there, but it really looks nice, and you'd really be doing yourself a favor to go down there, family, friends, whatever, and take a little walk, a little stroll, ride your bike through there. Really did a nice job. I just want to remind everybody, in a little while, we'll be having collections for recycles on every Friday, but that won't be until July, but it's right around the corner. And also, if you want to, I always do suggest to people, if you want to get yourself on a text list or an email list, you can do that so you don't miss your trash day. Just go online at ACUA and the county utility authorities, and it, might just help you from missing a day when you got company over, and just want to add a little feature that just helps things. And that's about all I got. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Turn it over to Rick DeLucre.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted, I guess, to remind people, because in the summertime, we all look forward to the summertime, and there's things going on all the time, not to lose track of the daily things that we need to do to help keep Brigantine as good as it is. One of which is being careful about what we do with our trash, or make sure that things don't become trash, which shouldn't be. That's prompted by having taken a walk a couple days back on the north end, and it's beautiful up there, but we picked up quite a bit of trash. A lot of it was the balloon type trash, which I don't know if they originated here or not, but the important thing is, they don't really recognize any territorial boundaries. And if you really feel that you need to use helium balloons for whatever purpose, there's always a better alternative in my view, but if you need to use them, please be sure to dispose of them properly, remove the helium from them, and throw them out. Because when they find their way into the beach, even in areas pristine as our North End, I probably picked up myself, and there were other people picking up trash as well. Might have been 15 of the balloons. And the other thing, I'm happy to hear about the improvements to our streaming, our live streaming. That's definitely going to enhance the drinking games that we know happen based on our meetings. Not mentioning the names, certain council people say certain things, then, it's shot time. So I'm glad we're able to facilitate that.
There's a new one that started too. I just thought I'd let you know.
The inside track.
The tip of the cap, maybe.
Just a minute.
Tip of the cap. All right, thanks. Kick it over to Neil Kane.
I don't have a whole lot. First of all, I want to congratulate our new officers. God bless them and please be safe. It's always a fun day when they get sworn in. I still remember my swearing in, a long time ago. Looks like they're starting to wrap up things on the boulevard. Work's winding down there, so thankfully that's up and rocking and rolling. North End, there's still work going on. It looks like most of the lines are in, but they're still doing some concrete work, so they're finishing that up, so that's great. It looks like a lot of the paving's already done. So that's starting to look fantastic back there. City's been incredibly busy the last 2 weekends, which is great for our businesses, and we've had a bunch of new businesses opening up, which is a great sign. Also, I was able to attend the Garden Club meeting last week. Wasn't able to stay long. I was there for about 45 minutes, and I just want to thank them for all the great work they've been doing. The beds look fantastic all around the island, so I want to give a shout out to them because they rightfully deserve it. That's all I got.
No, perfect. Kick it over to Mike Reardon.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out and spending time with us tonight, especially that we're on video again. And you can go home and watch yourself again if you want to.
I don't
So, other than that, like Neil just said, I was just talking to some of the Garden Club members this morning. They were going out, heading out to do some of the work that they do, volunteer, and it's a fabulous job. That being said, also, I want to thank John Doring one more time about the way the city looks with the flags and everything that he's been doing the last few weeks. I've gotten so many compliments about the median strip coming down the boulevard there with flags and thank you, John. The annual art show that is normally in the beginning of July, that's been put off till September this year. The Cultural Arts Commission does have a trip down memory lane scheduled for August. We're only meeting one time in July, right? And we have a beach cleanup going on this Saturday morning at 8:30 by Clean Community. So if you're up early on Saturday morning, come on out. We'll be out there cleaning up the beach, and you're welcome to join us. So we appreciate it. Another new business opening up this Saturday, Brigantine Home. So business is growing, we're getting new business coming in, it's great. And then, other than that, if you have any problems or any troubles, my number's in the back of the newspaper every week. And, we have cut taxes the last 7 years overall. So, what's that?
Food truck festival's coming up.
Yeah, the food truck festival's coming up also in August. Thanks, Neil. So, there's just a lot going on. It's great to see it. Good to weather.
Perfect. No, thank you. Wanted to float an idea past people. Not that we have to make a decision on it tonight, but we're getting to the point where the mini golf course down around the community center needs some repairs. Me personally, I think where it is very lost in the community. Most people don't even know that it's there. What I'd like to do is look at plans instead of keeping it there and repairing it there to potentially moving the course to the central business district out in this parking lot that's out here. I think it would make more sense to put it there because one, it's going to get a lot more use and become more profitable. Two, I think it would really help the businesses. One of the things I've kind of learned with businesses, if there's foot traffic and there's a reason for people to walk around, I think it helps people go into the businesses. The other thing is we're always talking about like where kids can go. And that's a place where instead of hanging out at the Wawa, they can hang out there. They're involved. There's something going on. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out to everybody. We're looking at some plans and some ideas. We want to get some costs of what it would be to repair what we have versus building something new. And I wanted to let you guys know that that was floating out there. So as we get more information on that, obviously we'll share that with council, but I wanted people to kind of know that that idea was out there.
I think a new location's a great idea. I think it would triple the business
Yeah.
because they're lost down there.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think, they need to be within walking distance of everything. So I think it's a great idea.
Like I said, a big part of that will be, looking at the cost of that too. Want to make sure, obviously, when we have good ideas, that the costs make sense. The other thing I wanted to bring everybody's attention to as well is we're going to be meeting with Congressman Bandrew's office. There's been a lot of infrastructure money that is out there that is available to shore communities, especially for beach projects. With Congressman Bandrew's support of that infrastructure bill, he actually has some ability to kind of help direct that money. He wants to try to help us out in Brigantine if he can with a couple long-term projects we've been looking at. First and foremost, we're up in the rotation for the beach replenishment. We're a managed beach. About every 8 years, we're due for beach replenishment. As you can see, the looks of the north end, we really need it. Last year's winter storms really took a toll on us, especially the Mother's Day storm. Really, the north end took a beating. So we're going to be starting the process on that and getting the funding together for that. The other thing we're looking at is emergency repairs or some type of mini replenishment to try to help. If you look at some of the beaches on the north end, the water's all the way up to the dunes, it's up to the seawall, and there's not very much beach there on high tide, which is causing some of the issues with repairing the street ends. I know Public Works has been working very hard. I think it was 4th and 5th Street North. You guys got open, and they're going to continue to work to get those done. But that's something we're looking into as well. Another big project we were looking on back in 2017, 2018, we had done a study with the Army Corps to see if a series of low-profile jetties would help to hold sand in place on the north end. They agreed that that would be a great idea, but they said that they wouldn't fund it. It'd be cost prohibitive for us to do it. We can't afford to do it on our own. The jetties are very, very expensive. So with the money that's available, we're going to try to see if we can get some funding for that project. It'll help lengthen out the need for beach replenishments and actually would over time save the federal government money, because we might not, instead of doing them every 8 years, we might be on a 10 or a 12-year rotation. They're also looking at something called backpassing. And backpassing is where, obviously, when we do a beach replenishment, it all heads to the south end of the island. Our beaches on the south end of the island are huge. What they'd like to do is in the off season, take sand from the south end, load it in the trucks, bring it back up on the north end and put it out there. And it wouldn't replace our replenishments, but it would stretch out the time in between them. Again, it was something when I met with the Army Corps, they said they were very much in favor of. There's other communities who do it. They just wouldn't fund it. But I think now, I don't know if you've seen any of the articles about especially with the construction market, something I'm surprised about, sand is becoming a very scarce resource. So they're trying to find ways to be more conservative with sand. So there may be interest in funding projects like that. The other thing we've been really working on is extending the seawall. We'd like to extend the seawall another 300 feet past where it is. There's a number of homes that are up past the seawall to be able to take that seawall up and wrap it back. A lot of that depends on funding. That's a very, very expensive project. But one of the things that the federal government and the state government is very interested in right now is what we can do to mitigate loss. So for them to make an investment in that seawall might save them insurance claims down the road. The more we do for our resiliency on the island, the better position we are when it comes to insurance. Right now, we get a discount on our insurance rate because of all the great work the city has done. We want to keep building on those projects. So as we have more information about that, we'll let everybody know. But we'll be meeting with Congressman Bandrew's office, see what we can do about directing some of that funding and see if we can move some of these projects forward. So I just want to give everybody an update on that. All right, at this time, we're going to open the meeting up to public comment. I'm sorry.
I'm ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. let me just continue. The CER summer booklet is out. They started signing up on the 13th, and signups will go through June 18th. And stop down at the community center if you're interested in it. It's tennis, it's dancing, it's youth sports clinics and everything. All camp. Yeah, that's my next thing. And also, Camp Brigantine is still taking, hopefully, taking new students to attend Camp Brigantine. We've extended the deadline a few more days. Hopefully, we can get more students, more children interested. They don't have to be locals. You can stop down at the community center or even here in the city offices and on the city website. This information is available. I was choking during my spiel on the opioid awareness. Hopefully, we'll have some people show up because it's very, very important to, you never say never. Not my family. It just, you never know. I want to wish all the students and teachers a great summer. We'll be attending graduation at North School or at Brigantine Community School. Excuse me, on Monday night. And the Lynx is doing great. It's in great shape. A lot of play, and same with the farmers market. Had great first 3 weeks. For Memorial Day weekend was outrageous. It was so busy. Last 2 weeks were a little slower, but they're looking to ramp things up this week. I believe that's it. Thank you.
Perfect.
Now you can.
All right, this time we'll open it up to public comments. Anything you'd like to speak about, just please come up, state your name and address for the record.
Thank you. Thanks for allowing me to address you all. My name's Connie Maradigan. I live at 930 North Shore Drive. So it sounds like there's a lot of fun things coming to Brigantine. I want to talk to you about something else that's a lot of fun, but it's also extremely beneficial. I am a yoga instructor. I've worked at the CER and I teach yoga on the beach. I wrote to some of you in an email and hopefully you received it, but I have had the honor and privilege of teaching on the beach, and it's been incredible because I benefit because I get to see the transformation of the teachings. And I see people grow stronger and they're involved and they love it. And the vast majority of the people that come to these classes are residents of Brigantine. And in the past, I'm not lying, every class I have at least 1 or 2 people come up to me and thank me. And really, they're thanking you. They thank the city of Brigantine for providing this benefit. And they feel like they're getting something for their taxes. They feel like they're getting something that's benefiting them, and they see direct results. This year, I found out recently that we're charging $10 a class. Last year at this time when I was teaching, I was getting multiple people at my class. Now I'm lucky if I get 1 or 2. And I think it's the same for Kay. She's not getting a lot of people. I personally feel that this should be free because once you offer something for free, you should keep it free. But also, I've been teaching since 2006, doing yoga since, well, let's say for 43 years. I'm not going to give you my age. No one gets rich doing yoga. But one thing that did happen was you built so much goodwill as the city of Brigantine by offering this. There was so much gratitude out there for it. Now there's dismay and, I'm not going to use the anger word, dismay, and people are upset. And they're not coming because they don't want to pay $10 a class. And if you look at the numbers and cents, it doesn't make sense. Because at the CER, as a non-senior, you can sign up for a sequence of classes that span the season for $75. So I have people coming to my class, there's one there, who come 7 days a week. That's $70 a week at $10 a class. It's crazy. You've got to walk before you run. So if it's revenue you're looking to generate, why not make it a flat fee like they charge at the CER? You don't have overhead, right? The beach is already groomed and paid for by our tax dollars, right? Make it a flat fee. It's $75 at the CER. Charge $75. You could do punch cards, you could do rubber bracelets, you could do tickets, a bag full of tickets. They sign up there, they come to the beach, I collect their tickets or I check their, I don't know, their badges, their bracelets, whatever. But it could be very, very simple and it's easy. And the season hasn't even started. It's going to start in July. So there's time and there's room to make the needed changes to address this. And you will be garnering a lot of goodwill. I grew up in Brigantine. I went to high school down here. And I remember sitting around the table with my parents and their friends. And it didn't matter what the administration was, who was in office, it didn't matter. There was always a lot of griping and groaning about the city of Brigantine. Since I've been teaching on the beach, there's been nothing but goodwill. You guys generated a lot of thankfulness and goodwill. And I mean, this is my judgment call, but I saw a lot of good health. I saw a lot of improvement. I saw a lot of people really taking their activity and health seriously. And I've seen a lot of committed people to a yoga practice. So I ask you, please, 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 reconsider the stance on this beach yoga. $10 is a lot. And if you really do want the revenue, you're going to catch a lot more people. You're going to generate more revenue at a much more reasonable price. Here's an interesting fact. My largest class, I believe, was 34 students last year. And we maintained pretty decent sized classes. If each one of them buys a season pass, the summer Brigantine starting, July 4th weekend going to Labor Day, that's a lot more revenue than $10 a class and 2 people showing up. And it makes you guys heroes. Who doesn't want that? So thank you. And I hope you'll think about it and consider it seriously. It would make a huge difference. And it would make a lot of people happy. Okay, thank you. Any questions for me, Bill? Do you have
Actually,
yoga questions?
Vince?
If you don't mind, Dennis.
Can't-
No, I'm
Oh,
gonna
I'm
stop.
sorry. You want to say something?
Yeah, let me stop.
Okay.
No, I really want to thank you for coming in. We actually have read the emails, and I know that we have the city manager working on a response to that, but I think it's important for everyone to know the history. When you talk about getting money for your taxes, those classes were actually never paid for with tax money. There was a recreational trust fund that we had here in the city, and probably 5 years ago, we were at a point with that trust fund where it had an excess of money. So there was a decision that was made by council that instead of having that money sit in the trust fund, that we would actually use it to offset the recreational classes here in the city. So we actually made most of the classes free. So that trust fund has now gotten to a point where the excess of money is no longer there, and we actually just don't have the revenue now to support it. And before we had that with the trust fund, people actually did pay for the yoga classes. So I can understand that there's people that have started when it was free and now feel that they're losing something. But it's not that they're losing something. We're just not able to pay for those classes. If I could finish, we're not able to pay for those classes out of there. And there's a big difference between the classes at the CER that pay a flat fee versus the classes that are out on the beach. When you talk about the CER classes, you're looking at about 16 classes for the year. And one of the major differences is if there's not enough people in the class to offset the cost of the instructors, we don't run the class. With the classes on the beach, it's about 96 classes that run, and we run them regardless of whether people show or don't show. So the overhead for those classes is actually what we pay the instructors. We're actually not looking to generate revenue from the classes at all. We're actually just looking to offset the cost of running those classes. So what we try to do is keep the convenience, and I do believe they run 7 days a week. But one of the things that all of us are responsible for up here is to be trustees of the tax money of the city. And I don't know that we really have the ability to take people's tax money to pay for people's yoga classes. And my understanding is if you take yoga classes at different studios, that the going rate is anywhere from $50 to $80 a class. So what we're looking at with the $10 is just to offset the costs that the city brings in, not just for each individual class, but to offset the costs over the course of the season, because we want to make sure that we keep those open. So really, and I think that's important too, like it was never paid for with tax money, and that trust fund is gone, which is why you see the classes at the CER, there's starting to be fees again. We had the community wellness program that was with Wolf Fitness. We had to discontinue that last year. And it's just because that trust fund has depleted to the point where we just can't offer the classes for free anymore. So that's kind of where we're at. One of the things that we're going to do is kind of go through the season, make an assessment of, the people that are coming, the cost of running those classes versus the money that comes in, and try to adjust. But we don't have that information until we run through.
I think you'll get a lot more people, with all due respect,
Yeah.
if somehow the price is lowered. It's a lot to go from $0 to $10.
Right.
I know I will get more people in my classes, and so will Kay, if it's not so high. I mean, you've got to walk before you run, right? So why not make it the same price as the CER?
Because they're not the same. It's 16 classes versus 96. So I understand what
Well,
you're
you
saying,
could
but
limit-
the biggest cost though, the biggest cost is actually, my understanding, the biggest cost is actually the cost of the instructors. So we're not trying to make a profit. We're trying to just break even on the classes. And that's why the decision was made by our financial team to do that.
Would it help to lessen the season, to start it in July and end at Labor Day? Because we have gone past Labor Day in the past.
The 5-minute limit is up.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so, and one other thing, like Margate Beach Yoga, I just found this out, is $15 a class. So we're just throwing that out, but it's something we can look at and discuss. I don't know that we would make the changes this season because we need to run a season, see where we are. But the biggest thing is the cost of the instructors. And I think the biggest prohibiting factor is that we can't take the tax money of the taxpayers to pay for the people's yoga classes. So that's kind of where we are. So we can look at adjusting the season. We can look at things to try to lower things. But until we kind of run through and get a better look at it, that's where we are. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Ventnor's Beach Yoga. It's 15 per class.
Well, where there's a will, there's a way.
Sure.
I leave it in your hands. I wish I knew what the figures were, like what the instructors take for the season versus what will be coming in.
Sure.
To me, I think I don't know, I'm thinking a few $1,000s. A lot of that can be made up with the season pass or $5 a class or whatever it is. The other thing is, I'm not going to have so many young people in my class anymore. I had a nice younger contingent
Sure.
that loves yoga, but these young people don't carry cash. Okay, they can go to Wawa and, go to the ATM, but typically, I have two sons, they're in their 20s. They don't even have $1 in their wallet.
Right.
So, I mean, there's that too. That's not the overriding concern. The overriding concern that I see is the price. And if it could be made a little bit more accommodating, more reasonable, not such a huge jump. And yeah, they're charging $15 in Margate, but they've been doing that for a while. Why can't we start slow and build it up? I mean, people will pay, but a lot more people will pay if it's less, if it's $5. I've been getting one person and two people show up this week and last week. You can make a lot more money if it's a little bit less, like a Walmart. They work on quantity.
Sure, thanks for the question. Sonny, are you and Kay also the instructors for the inside classes?
Kay is.
Kay is, okay.
I prefer to teach outside.
Right, so it's 16 classes for $75, right? So that's about $5 a class, okay? So, I mean,
That
if
would work.
they ran a 16-class session outdoors for $75, would that be?
That
I mean,
would be
you're not-
great.
It's not every day,
Right. It's not
It's
the
every
same
day.
math. Because with the classes inside, you have a certain group of people that come a certain number of times. With the classes outside, they run 70 days, 7 days a week. It's actually not an apples for apples. So I know what you're trying to get at, but Roxanne has actually run through the numbers.
Yeah.
And to do that actually doesn't make sense. I know what you're trying to get to, but it's not the same. So we pay the instructors regardless of how big or small the class is, whatever happens. With the inside classes, they pay, but if there's not enough people to cover the cost of the class, we cancel the class. So we don't want to be in a position where we're canceling outdoor yoga because we want to keep the convenience of offering it every day so that people can come whenever they, whatever works best for them. So that's kind of the issue. They don't run the same. So that's why it's not that simple. So,
And Vince, I was just going to add, thanks for touching all those bases. That was a very, that was very more than, well, certainly more than concise. I mean, that was like in depth, and you really kind of addressed a lot of the things going on. Because on the rec board, I was going to say, Karen, we were really kind of tossing everything around, trying to hash this whole thing out a little while ago. And I know our last meeting was postponed. I'm trying to think if I was out of town, the one before that, but there was a lot of time spent on this, on the whole situation. And the mayor broke it down quite nicely. It's, certainly seems unfortunate, but, when you take a bigger overview and you look at the history like you described, it's, no one wants to shell out $10 when something's free, but then at the same time, it's $15 elsewhere. And
If 10 people are
Excuse
shelling
me,
out $10.
We have a 5-minute time limit, but I can't let people keep going because it's not fair to the other people
No.
that we cut
Yeah.
off at 5.
I just wanted to, I was going to say something earlier. I just wanted to get that out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
I
much.
appreciate your time, your energy, but please consider it when you talk amongst yourselves.
Thank you for all you do. too.
And we
Thank you.
appreciate your energy as well.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mrs. Phillips.
Ann H. Phillips, 308 27th Street. Congratulations on improving the quality, both visual and audible, of the video access of your council meetings to the taxpayers. The new equipment makes a big difference. I have 3 comments. Evidently, there are 2 feeds.
It's like real muffled.
Yeah.
Are you,
Might be
maybe
a
you're
little
too
bit too
close to
close.
the mic?
Pardon me?
I think you're so close to the mic that it's muffled. I just can't hear you.
All right, this way?
It's a little better. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. 3 comments. Evidently, there are 2 feeds. I turned on channel 97 before I came this evening to see, and it's still using the same system. So are you going to change this? The both will be the using the new equipment?
That's Jim. I don't know.
No, in the short term, the answer is no. They are 2 separate systems. You're correct. What we're using right now is completely internet capable. It's that camera right here of
Yeah.
the solicitor's head. The other camera, which is tied into our Comcast system, is the one that will broadcast the regular live meeting. This will just go out over the internet and record it for future viewing, just like the other system used to.
Okay, well, are you planning to make it one system so that the people who are not aware of or not using the internet will be able to see it as it should be? In other words, one is much better than the other.
Well, one's brand new that
Yeah,
we did with the
it's a
court.
huge difference.
The other one, we are, right now, we are pretty much beholden to what Comcast equipment what equipment Comcast has given us. So before I go out and start sourcing any type of new cameras or microphones or anything else, we have to get Comcast to come in here and upgrade the equipment that we have back in the server room. There's no point to doing anything like this because you'll be left with the same quality picture and audio.
Okay, well then in that, I noticed when I was looking at it, the new system, that while it picks up this table, it doesn't pick up this table. And so the city manager, city solicitor, and chief financial officer are out of the picture.
You can hear
And,
us just fine.
pardon me?
You can hear us just fine when we talk.
No, I wasn't talking about the audible. I didn't see it long enough because I know you had a problem with the sound originally, but it looks, the people aren't there. So perhaps you could adjust the camera so
It
that
is
you can
adjusted
pick up.
to the best point that it's going to be right now. This is also used by the court. So we cannot do whatever we want with it. The camera position that I have set up right now is the one that is best to capture all of council. It just so happens to catch them because they're downrange. And the most
Yeah.
important part is the people speaking.
Yes, I
Like,
saw that.
The three of us sitting here looking at the tops of our heads or not being on camera at all is inconsequential for what we're looking to do.
All right, but just so when you speak, you identify yourself and your position so that people know who's talking.
Okay.
Also, since this is new, how are you going to promote it, advertise it so that the people who live here, the taxpayers, are aware of the change? Because they're used to, if they're turning to channels 97 and are not satisfied, now they know that they don't know that there's something better. Are you going to put it in the paper? Are you going to make sure that the people are aware that this has taken place?
So I think you may have missed that when I talked about it in the beginning of the meeting, but the,
No, I did hear
the
that.
short answer is yes, we are going to promote it. Tonight is the first time that we're running it fully live and going to make sure that all the bugs are worked out. Tomorrow morning, we will start with the Facebook posts.
Excuse me.
We'll start with the update and the embed on our website so that you won't have to do anything but pretty much go to our website to look at live video. So we will be promoting it. It's not going to go in the paper this week because you had to have it in by.
No, I know that, but I just thought it was important that people,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the plan, Mrs. Phillips. I mentioned that to mayor and council in the very beginning of the meeting of the council manager discussion.
okay, and just to, while I'm up here, two other points on totally different topic. I'm surprised that no comment has been made about the new contract with the beach patrol. It's gotten, not in Brigantine, but throughout the country, there are problems with lifeguards. And I'm surprised that you didn't have any comment, at least on the chief elements of the contract. So perhaps you will comment on that later. And secondly, you talked about the money that is out there for some improvements along the beachfront and so on. And you mentioned is it the back pass program? Is that the terminology?
One of the programs we're looking at it's called Back Pass.
Yeah, yes. Dr. Farrell has talked about this frequently over the years and certainly advocates this. So I was reminded of that. And also the jetties. This has been a topic for years because we know they work.
Yep.
We know they're expensive, but there's money out there. That's something to consider, as I think you were doing. So thank you.
No, thank you. And just some updates on the contract. We actually talked about this at the last meeting when we voted for the contract. Today was just the ratification to make sure that the language in the MOA was the actual language in the contract. That's why there wasn't a lot of comment on it. But the basic gist of it is it brings the brand new guards up to just above the seasonal minimum wage, which is $13.25 an hour. And what it does over the 5 years of the contract, it actually starts to bring them in line with comparable beach patrols, which are Ventnor and Longport. And the beach patrol kind of worked with us on that, like to bring them up all in one step would have been really cost prohibitive to the city. Actually, the budget could not have handled it. But we worked it out with them to kind of phase them in. I said 5 years, but the 4 years of the contract to phase them up. But we wanted to make sure that our new guards and our young guards were brought in line with the going wages. And as you know, the beach is the huge driving force of our summer economy. And we want to make sure the beaches are open and the beaches are safe and we can provide all of the services that we provide. So a lot of that was worked out. In fact, the association officers came in and did a public statement, made the press and everybody here, but just kind of thanking the city for working with them to make sure that they were paid a fair wage. And I can tell you, I was a former Beach Patrol president, and for I'm gonna say the older guys on the Beach Patrol who've been there a while, they went 2 contract cycles without taking a raise. Like they have done all they can to help the city financially, and we were in a position where we needed to start to bring them back in line. That's not fair to them. And that was something that actually I don't think anybody in the city had really noticed until they brought it to the city's attention during negotiations. So that was all kind of worked out and done to make things right. So I hope that answers your question. Is there any other public comment? All right, seeing none, we're going to close the public portion. Any final council comments? All right, seeing none, can we have I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I looked at you and you didn't say anything and I was like, no, come on up. Absolutely, please. Use the microphone.
Joanne Mills.
Need to,
Joanne Mills, 22 McDonald Place, Garden Club, Green Team, Library Volunteer, Cultural Arts Volunteer. And that's what makes a city work, right? We're down in the trenches, and that's why I'm speaking for the people in the trenches. So I am advertising again, like I did the last time I was here. Saturday, the Brigantine Garden Club is going to be the community tent. And we are showing our poster winners from the school, the photo contest from the adults, and we're going to have plant giveaways and informations. We'll have the scrapbooks that we've made of the 40 years that this club has been servicing the community by tending the beds. We are also in the midst of doing the awards for the people that'll be coming through the month, and we are celebrating 40 years and growing strong. This is our new look. So that's where we are. So I'm mentioning that. Oh, and then on the 25th, we're also going to have a free garden tour. And we're thanking Councilman Bandrew because she has said yes, she's going to be joining us at our celebration. We're going to be honoring the people that have served the community and the 25-year members. And we have invited all the council members in. That's a July date. It's a luncheon that we're going to be using, celebrating the fact that we've done this. We have our gifts to the city in the works, which we're not telling you all about that yet. And that's Garden Club. Then I want to thank Mr. Doring for being so assistant for the green team with the community garden. We know about what they're doing as far as, I water on Fridays. So yesterday we harvested 20 bundles of carrots that we could give to the food services or the Meals on Wheels. We had, I think, about 30 bags of radishes and lettuces that we gave. Again, that'll go to Meals on Wheels and the community garden and the senior program. And then the other piece of the green team is the library garden, which was a grant that we've received from Green Team. And we used to be the backdrop for the farm market. But of course, now the farm market has been moved, but we still are maintaining that. And we were able to get new blocks to finish up and work around the sign. It's a tricky building because the city owns the building and the library leases the spot. So we work with both organizations. And as a master gardener of Atlantic County from Rutgers, I'm a master gardener that we have now gotten the library as one of our verified projects. So I'm going to be able to draw on the Master Gardeners volunteer program to continue to maintain that so that it looks nice, even though we don't have the farm market there. Green Team, Garden Club, and I'm done. And I hope to see you at our luncheon. We'd like to celebrate. Oh, no, on the garden tour, Councilman DeLucre's home is going to be on the tour. And it's the second time they've done it for us, and we're very happy.
That's awesome.
So again. Oh, and the speaker, yes, okay. That's right. In July, we are going to have the Pinelands Alliance for our public meeting. And on August, we have an orchid specialist coming to speak to everybody. And in September, Jeanette Kessler, who is the head of Green Team, is going to be doing the presentation for that. And we've had 2 other presentations already Master Gardeners did one. And then, what did we just have last week?
lady from the county with the,
Oh, yes,
Oil.
from ACUA, yes, and we did that. And thank you very much. And I was glad you were there. Thank you for coming. It was a crazy meeting, but it's really nice to see your support because we like doing it. We like helping, and it's nice to get noticed. I'm just glad that we can share it with you. Okay? So hopefully we'll see you at the farm market. I have to
No,
go to a
thank you.
dance recital, so. but-
Good luck.
Yeah, dance recital. Thank you.
No, no problem. Thank you. All right, is there a motion second to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Oh, somebody got the gavel down there. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us at our June 15th meeting. In July, we only have one meeting, so is that July 13th, 15th? Yeah, so, thank you.